Good evening, everyone. Welcome to the most industrial stream on a Tuesday night with me, your host, Pop. Should be a fun stream today. Got some new pictures and even some submissions that I received from Veritax of all people. He sends me some good stuff from time to time. But before we get into the news, because you can always tell sort of how the economy's doing by what they're telling you in the industrial news, I like to just give a shout out to you guys in the chat there. Welcome, David Glenn and Veritax. Good to see you, Veritax. Alex Moore, lurking and listening. Right on. And Hero Brian. Hey, Hero Brian. How's things? Yeah, Veritex, better strap that hard hat on and watch for forklifts moving around. Yeah, always. They have to watch out for you, too. That's the most important thing. You watch for them, they watch for you, and you don't get run over, because they don't stop on a dime. All right, so why don't we go ahead and get into the news here. Courtesy of Plant Magazine. Saw this one here. Federal government invests $13 million in Albertan clean technologies. I want to know what clean technologies they're talking about. The federal government is investing almost $13 million to support Made in Alberta technologies aimed at reducing pollution while growing jobs and economic prosperity. Okay, I'm all okay with reducing pollution, but they always conflate climate change and such with pollution. Yeah, they're two different things. Having dirty air isn't going to have warm up the planet. You have to reducing pollution. I'm all for, like, keep the particulates, out of the air, sulfur dioxide, all that kind of stuff. Just use scrubbers and make companies clean up the things they spew into the sky. The one you sent this week could be captioned, "This is why I have trust issues." Yeah, Veritax, 100%. I am going to show that a little later on. We'll check those out. Everyone will have a real good laugh over it, I'm sure. Continue on. These projects will try to improve carbon capture technologies, making them more affordable, efficient, and reducing emissions and easier to use across industrial sectors. They will also aim to result in better tools and data to assess these technologies and explore new ways to remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, this is a big mistake. Somebody is an idiot, because removing carbon dioxide from the atmosphere is bad. Plants need carbon dioxide. The percentage of carbon dioxide in the air is like 0.3%. Right? So 78% is nitrogen, 21% is oxygen. You add those two together, that makes 99%. So all the other gases in the atmosphere add up to 1%. And carbon dioxide is in the decimal point range. And taking it away will kill a lot of plants, because plants take in carbon dioxide and give off oxygen. So it sounds to me like they are doing this just for simple money laundering, or they are not interested in keeping the human race around. They want to wipe everyone out. So I don't agree with that. I don't agree with them trying to remove carbon dioxide. It is not such a bad thing. Since when can you trust the government to tell you the truth anyway? The federal government is investing in the following Albertan companies and organizations that are developing new carbon technologies. Audit Canada 8. There you go. Right on, David. You got her, man. They're sending $2.5 million to Innotech Alberta to study enhancements to amine capture systems. Okay. $4.7 million to Ionata Canada to demonstrate cost-effective carbon capture and sequestration. Honestly, you don't need carbon capture. It's idiotic. There's nothing wrong with having carbon dioxide. $4.3 million in total to the University of Calgary to support 3 carbon capture utilization and storage research projects. Of course, if you give a university money, they're going to study whatever you tell them to study. Right? Here, have 4 million. Calgary, University of Calgary, here. We want you to study this carbon capture project. Okay. And they'll do what you say, and they'll write a fancy report at the end and say whatever you want them to say. Make it sound so like this is a good thing. And they'll be like, okay, thanks for the money. No integrity at all. 1.89 million to the University of Alberta to support 2 carbon capture utilization and storage research. So that's 2 universities in the same province, one in each major city. So they're really pushing it so that, oh, well, we've got this one from the University of, but we also got this one from the University of Alberta. So yeah, it must be true. We've had 2 universities study the research project. Carbon capture has a vital role to play in growing the Canadian economy, especially in a future where global investments increasingly favor the countries that have stable economic plans that do not come at the expense of the environment, said Jonathan Wilkinson, Minister of Energy and Natural Resources. These projects will support job growth and economic prosperity in Alberta and will help ensure that the province remains as an energy superpower on the international scene. I congratulate all the recipients of the leadership they look to make Canada's industries greener and more competitive than ever before. Yeah, David, you could use 4.3 million. You've done a lot of writing. Some people say you have no integrity. Well, just hold out your hand. I'm sure they'll slip you some bucks. Hey, what's up, B17? How you doing? What did Trudeau do this time? Oh, he is so useless. He's not doing anything. That's what you get when you can just not do your job. The guy is absolutely useless. Anyways, that was that article. WMTS 2025 to highlight additive manufacturing, automation, and smart tech in Edmonton. I don't know what WMTS is. Okay, Western Manufacturing Technology Show is returning to the Edmonton Expo Center from April 9th to 11th this year with an interactive showcase of advanced technologies. Produced by SME, WMTS 2025 is reportedly designed to inspire and educate manufacturers on implementing emerging technologies and upskilling their workforce. This year, WMTS will be co-located with the Automation Expo and Conference, an automation event produced by the International Society of Automation Edmonton section. Consequently, both audiences will benefit from an expanded experience when they gather in one central location and discuss manufacturing innovation notes. At WMTS 2025, we're providing a comprehensive platform for the latest advancements in groundbreaking technologies like additive manufacturing. I don't know what that is. I don't know what additive manufacturing is. The least they could do is provide a definition as to what that is. Automation and machine learning, said Steve Prahalis, SME's Chief Operating Officer. The co-location with AEC magnifies this impact by offering attendees access to a broader spectrum of solutions tailored to the ever-evolving demands of the industry. Is that just a fancy name for 3D printing, David? This year's event will offer its first Executive Perspectives keynote series, educational smart sessions, and interactive hands-on demonstrations from exhibitors. With expert-led presentation sessions and in-depth workshops, attendees will reportedly gain specialized insights into smart technologies. Automation is transforming manufacturing at an unprecedented pace, and AEC is thrilled to co-locate with WMTS this year to further showcase these advancements, said John McKenzie, ISA Edmonton Section AEC Director. Hosting manufacturing and automation professionals under one roof will create promising synergies for the future. In addition to the ISA Edmonton Section, additional strategic event partners for WMTS 2025 include the Canadian Machine Tool Distributors Association, Canadian Tooling and Machining Association, the CWB-EWI, the Manufacturing Export Enhancement Cluster, and NGen. Yeah, B17, smart. As a smart fridge. We'll see what they got here. WMTS 25, along with AEC and its strategic partners, will convene many of Canada's manufacturers and engineering experts and will feature more than 100 OEMs and suppliers such as Cascade, Elliott, Matsuura, and Mazak. Among others, SME expects more than 2,000 manufacturing professionals to explore 30,000 square feet of exhibits, featuring 120,000 pounds of live machinery and equipment. I mean, it could be fun to go to. But yeah, if it's just going to deal with 3D printing, I'm not going to be too interested. Oh, here's one. The auto sector dodges tariffs, but threats to sector and economy remain. Unifor. Unifor is the automakers union. Canada's auto sector and economy at large has dodged the immediate threat of tariffs, but significant risks remain. The last-minute reprieve Monday afternoon before the U.S. was going to impose 25% tariffs just means a continued overhang of uncertainty, said Unifor National President Lana Payne. Nobody should be breathing a sigh of relief, she said in an interview. This is a 30-day pause on a much bigger plan that the president has with respect to tariffs and with respect to all of the things he expects that he can extract from Canada at the moment, and there will be a long list of them. Unifor has been dealing with the threat of tariffs since U.S. President Donald Trump said in November he planned to impose them. In that time, Canada has lost out on investment and seen other decisions delayed, while Unifor's roughly 120,000 members in trade-dependent jobs live with the overhang of uncertainty, Payne said. The problem is the threat of the tariffs is still there, and it's going to carry on, and it's damaging to our economy. It's damaging to investment in our country, and it's damaging to Canadian workers. It's important to go full speed ahead with building more resilient Canadian economy to create a bigger buffer from this kind of volatility. I think we all recognize right now that the world has changed, and it's certainly changed for Canada. I mean, okay, then why wouldn't you do this before? Why would you wait until there was tariffs threatening you? Why wouldn't you try to diversify and create a buffer before this happened? It's very short-sighted on your part. While the news of a reprieve was a relief, Canada's federal and provincial governments need to use the time ahead to develop robust contingency plans, said Dennis Darby, head of the Canadian Manufacturers and Exporters. This temporary reprieve must not be squandered, he said in a statement, calling on both plans for tariffs and to address long-standing structural issues. Flavio Volpe, who sits on Trudeau's Council on Canada-U.S. Relations and is also head of the Automotive Parts Manufacturers Association, said he drew confidence from how Canada approached the tariff threat. Constructive work with our colleagues to reduce the temperature and set up next discussions, he said on a social media post after news of the reprieve broke. He warned earlier in the day that the automotive industry would see shutdowns likely within a week or so if the tariffs go in place, given how interconnected the sector is. If he causes it to shut down, he'll hear from Alabamians and Tennesseans and Michiganders and Ohioans. Ohioans? Okay, that's how you say that. You don't have to hear what people from Ontario think after that, he said at an event in Woodbridge, Ontario. Payne said Saturday's declaration that tariffs were coming and Canada was retaliating brought the news and the threat to a much wider audience. All of a sudden, this becomes real to a lot of people in the United States, including a lot of businesses who weren't really saying a lot, including a lot of industries, a lot of CEOs, a lot of corporate leaders who weren't really saying a lot. She said Canada's strong pushback made a difference, and the reaction of markets Monday also made a difference. My sense is that Canada needs to continue with this kind of resolve it's been highlighting, and we can't relax one bit here. I mean, okay. We'll see. We'll see if it happens, if he follows through with it. But I saw something here. Where was it? No, maybe it wasn't this. EDP and Caldwell First Nation finalized land deal for energy storage project. Vention expands marketplace to streamline automation purchases. Not really anything I'm too interested in. We'll move along now from Plant Magazine over to Toronto.com. This story caught my eye here. Trump's tariffs could devastate Ontario's job market. Here are 5 trades where workers can boost their chances of landing a job. I mean, pretty hyperbolic headline. The tariffs could devastate Ontario's job market. Fears of a North American recession are intensifying amid tariff threats against Canadian imports by U.S. President Donald Trump. While the tariffs will be paused for at least 30 days, according to Prime Minister Justin Trudeau, who spoke with Trump on Monday, they would devastate Canada's job market if they do come into effect, according to economists. And everyone knows economists are always right. Right? They're never wrong. They always make the right call. Here's a tweet from Prime Minister Moron. I just had a good call with President Trump. Canada's implementing our $1.3 billion border plan, reinforcing the border with new choppers, technology, and personnel, enhanced coordination with our American partners, and increased resources to stop the flow of fentanyl. Isn't this what I told you guys a couple weeks back? That is all that he was asking for. That was all that Trump was asking for. Clamp down on the border. Don't let any drugs through or illegal immigrants. And that's all. So by doing this should be good enough. Not a very stable job market from the sounds of it. Yeah, it doesn't. Trump's tariffs. What about Trudeau's? Yeah, exactly. His counter tariffs. I know. A report from RBC Economics notes that the tariffs would represent the largest trade shock against Canada since 1930. There's nobody around that will remember 1930. Why would you bring up such a stupid thing? You know, the largest trade shock. No one's around to remember that. Just idiotic. The writing here, I tell you, it's just awful. With grave implications for the manufacturing sector and the auto industry. Ontario Premier Doug Ford has indicated tariffs would cost Ontario up to 500,000 jobs. As Canada stares down the economic tsunami of Trump's threatened tariffs, some may wonder how to succeed in an increasingly tight job market. Ian Howcroft, CEO of Skills Ontario, promotes skilled trades and technology careers to young people through a variety of outreach initiatives. Said workers can increase their chance of employment by considering the trades. Of course they can. Trudeau is the third country leader to cuck out to terrorists. Hey, Godzillionaire, how you doing, man? Everyone's favorite kaiju has arrived. Provincial government figures show 1.3 million Ontario residents work in skilled trades-related occupations. At least 1 in 3 workers in Ontario with an apprenticeship or trade certificate is aged 55 or older and nearing retirement. While Ontario recognizes 144 trades with apprenticeship programs, the following trades may experience acute shortages as workers retire. Here are the 5 trade sectors where Howcroft expects to see job openings despite the threat of tariff-induced recession. The back and forth between Trump and Trudeau is like 2 bulls butting heads. Oh yeah, I'll tariff my own country. Both of them. I can tariff better than you. Yeah. So the first one is electricians. Ontario is facing a shortage of electricians. Stats Canada notes that in the third quarter of 2022, there were 5,275 job vacancies for electricians, an increase of nearly 2,000 positions compared to the same quarter of 2021. With work that's going on to continue on in infrastructure, home construction, and manufacturing, that's a skill in high demand. So there you are. Electricians is the first one. Plumbers. Ontario is also facing a shortage of plumbers due to an aging workforce, with fewer young workers stepping in to fill vacancies. Sounds like this job is going down the drain. Thank you. I'll be here all week. Everybody at some point is going to need a plumber to fix, repair, or install something with regards to plumbing in the home, said Howcroft. That's where there's an expected shortage. The economy is much more global today. There are other places things can be sold. Yeah, Veritex. Yep. The auto industry jobs. Are there cars even selling at current price points? Probably your gas run cars are, but not electrical. Electric cars are not selling well, and with good reason. Carpenters. Last year, the provincial government cited more than 1,200 carpentry vacancies across Ontario when it announced new training programs to fill acute labor shortages. Well, you might think about residential construction. Howcroft said carpenters are also needed for forming and framing work, for the refurbishment of nuclear reactors at the Bruce, Darlington, and Pickering power sites, for example. There's also like finishing carpenters, people that do cabinets and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, looks like that job's going to get nailed. Welders. Welders are needed in construction and manufacturing industries, Hellcraft said. They are crucial to Canada's economy. The federal government's online job bank notes the employment outlook for welders is moderate, with employment growth expected to lead to new positions through 2026. Yeah, okay, welders. And then they just put technology careers as one of the... This is dumb. They put this in the trade. Technology career. It's like, okay, can you be more specific? Artificial intelligence, cloud computing, and software development have the potential to drive job growth. These are not trades. This is computer science. This guy's a moron that wrote this. Those are not trades. Those are computer science. Hellcraft said, technology sector may experience worker shortages as advanced technologies begin to play a wider role in everyday life. You would think there's going to be less call for technology careers the more they advance their AI and all this other kind of stuff. So I would be very wary about that going into the technology sector, that's for sure. We know that whatever happens, there will be a need for skilled tradesmen and technologists, so we're just trying to do all we can to make sure young people and their parents are aware of the opportunities. Okay. How Skills Ontario can help? Skills Ontario promotes skilled trades careers through presentations and demonstrations for students and parents. Last year, the organization connected with 130,000 students in 2,000 schools. It's not enough. They got to do way more than that. Those are rookie numbers. You got to pump those numbers up. We host the largest skills competition in the country the first full week in May, he said. Last year, 2,700 competitors and 48,000 people took part in the skills competition. Skills Ontario also promotes trade careers for young women in Indigenous communities and offers conferences for guidance counselors. What we're trying to do is make sure people's eyes are open, that their minds are open, and that the opportunities are open for young people to explore and move forward in trades if that's what they would like to do. Skills Ontario has a mobile skills unit that offers experiential activities in trades. It allows students and parents to come and see what it's like to drive a bulldozer or operate a crane. I mean, that's heavy duty or heavy equipment operator stuff. We have a welding simulator. We have an auto station, an electric station, a hydraulic station, a safety station. We're trying to be creative and innovative to get these opportunities out to young people. I mean, good for them. Next up, I saw this one here. Roofing Supply Pro. Front Door funds scholarships for skilled trades. I've never heard of Front Door before, but apparently it has something to do with Front Door, a leading national power prover of home warranties, has launched a trade school scholarship program in collaboration with Blue Recruit, a direct hire marketplace built for skilled trades workers, helping connect the dots between education and skilled trade career opportunities. Launching this trade school scholarship program is a momentous occasion, said Front Door CEO Evan Iverson in a news release. Our hope is that this scholarship program will help to bridge the growing skilled trades labor gap by supporting the hardworking students that aspire to be the next generation of skilled tradesmen, he added. Technology is more than just computer science and programming, though. Someone has to manage servers, routers, and switches. The network side of that is much more like a trade than traditional white-collar work. There's got to be something for it, then, Veritax. They've got to have a title. There's got to be a title for it. Whether it's, IT specialist or something like that. There's got to be a name for it. You just can't rope it all under one. The guy should have said in his article, yes, IT specialist or something like that. Our hope is that this scholarship program will help to bridge the growing skilled trades labor gap by supporting the hardworking students and aspire to be the next generation of skilled tradesmen, he's added. The trade scholarship program is open to U.S. students. Recipients will be selected based on their commitment to the industry, which includes trade school enrollment, a recommendation letter, and a video essay. Wow, they sure make you jump through hoops for that, eh? But I guess if you're getting a scholarship, it's going to be all paid for. A front door committee will review the applicant pool, and selected students will be awarded funds specific to their education and degree progress. Dwindling trades talent has been a challenge the trade industry has been struggling to solve for years. Rick Camacho, CEO and co-founder of Blue Recruit, acknowledged. Partnerships like Front Door allow us to support future tradesmen as they enter the industry while helping connect current contractors with new talent. These scholarships are the first step towards filling the hundreds of open essential trades jobs across the country. In recent decades, the retirement of essential professionals like contractors, plumbers, and electricians has created a gap between job vacancies and skilled workers. Front Door, as a leader in the home services industry, recognizes the need for prompt action to address this challenge. Well, at least they're doing something, and getting a scholarship to be in the trades is great. Having your schooling all paid for you and all that, that's good stuff. Now, if they can just get the kids interested in that, I think they'll be on their way. Next up, picture sent in by Veritax. This is, he sent this to me on Twitter. And I don't know if you guys can see very well. We'll get a close-up here. There's these guys on the forklift, and the forklift is lifting up a scissor lift, which has also been extended. I want to point out that these guys are morons, and you should never do anything like that. This is as this thing goes up higher, you can see that the leg of the scissor moves over and further away from the mast of the forklift. Those forks aren't even engaged. They're as far as they can. Well, maybe they aren't. Maybe they aren't in as far as they can go. This is not the way to do things. Don't ever do this. These guys should all be fired. The guy up here and these two guys down here, turfed, gone. Doing this is wrong. If you can't reach, get a bigger scissor lift. This thing is a tiny one. It's a 1930. I believe that means it's 19 inches in wide, and it goes up 30 feet in the air. So call up your rental company and tell them to send you a 60-footer. Something like that. Something that will help you out. And, sorry, I just had to get rid of those. Yeah, be gone, kick spammer. Just had to get rid of that. It's Darwinism at its finest. I mean, yes, it can be. And rental places are pretty quick at getting stuff to you. But I never do this. Don't do this. If you ever see anything like this, to tell somebody it's not right. Because all it takes is for the scissors to go a little more forward, and it's going to change the center of gravity, and your forklift is tipping over. Yeah, exactly, Godzilla. I was thinking the same thing too. I'm surprised as well. They don't have it tilted back that far, it looks like, either. And it's it's only like hanging on by a hair. And that would be ugly. This thing would fall forward. The scissor lift would get pushed back by this beam here. And that guy would get pitched out of there. Like the scissors would just crumple, he would get thrown out. And yeah, this guy would end up on his face down, or he'd be wearing that scissor lift. The red-green motto, any tool can be the right tool, should not apply to mechanized hardware. True, Veritex, yeah. But yeah, this was sent in to me by Veritex. I appreciate that. If you guys find stuff like that, send it my way. Either put it in Discord or put it in on Twitter. Just send me a message on Twitter. And yeah, we'll throw it up here. We'll look at it, criticize it, laugh at it, make sure that we spread the word that don't do this. This is the wrong thing to do. All right. Next up, it's picture time. My picture time this time. My picture time. We'll go over here and like this. Just got to pull up the right folder. Because now I have so many, I have to put them all in different folders. There we go. Yeah, yay for picture time. All right. I wanted to show this to you guys first. Just give me a second as I grab the display. There we go. Look at this. This is a nut driver. This is a broken nut driver. Like, look at that. I found this on my desk in the morning. Yeah. Tried to get good enough pictures of it. But yes, those... Godzilla, I asked myself that same question. How do you break a nut driver like that? I don't know what they were doing. Nobody said a word. It just, this little thing ends up on my desk in the morning. I come in and I'm like, oh, okay. Guy's broke a nut driver. All right. But yeah. And it's a 10 mil. 10 millimeter. I don't know what they were using it on. Actually, you can see some scuffing and marring up here. Almost like it was slipping. Nut driver and pipe wrench. Yeah. Tried to get some good shots of it. But yeah, they busted that thing like wide open. There we go. Yeah, see on here? That's a lot of marring on that surface there. I don't know if they put it in an impact or not. They might have. That could be what happened. Buddy stuck it in an impact, and all that hammering must have done that damage. Just ripped it wide open. But yeah. There we go. Just ruined another one. I'm not even mad. I'm kind of impressed. It's amazing. There's people out there who can wreck anvils, so nothing should surprise me. It's just when it happens in person, that's probably the most surprising of all. It looks like it was starting to do it on this side too. Come to think of it, like looking closer at it, that looks like a fracture starting right there. So this thing was, it was getting ready to let go again. Oh yeah, looks like that might be a fracture right there. But the main one's there, but it looks like it was gonna... Tomorrow I'm gonna get asked to help moving a bolt with a sheared hex head. Yeah. So, Pop, can you get the easy outs and help us remove this thing? And I was just like, ah. Looks like they had it at an angle. It could be. Like I say, you never get the real story or any kind of a story out of these guys. Nobody says anything. It's just crickets. Like, who did this? And then nothing. Just quiet. Yeah, there we have it. Okay. So that was that piece I wanted to show you guys. Poor nut driver. Freaking had its life cut in half. And now the title of the stream, the subtitle, a new vessel. Well, we got a new vessel. And there it is there on the back of the trailer. Using the crane to lift it up. Is not nuclear vessel. Is not. Is no nuclear. I only got 2 pictures, but I took some video, so I'll throw some video up here and we can watch them unload it. Is H2S vessel. You're noticing a distinct lack of diversity in your new vessel and your ground for that. What's the matter, Godzilla? Is the ground a little too white? Is it too white for you? I wish it wasn't. I wish it was nice and green. But no. I live where it gets damn cold and snows a lot. And when it's not snowing, it stays cold and it doesn't go away. It just stays there. So yeah, I'm not, I can't wait until winter is over. Ah yes, for video now, show them lifting it up off the truck there. Just put this over here. And make that bigger so we can get a good look at it. Nothing too crazy. It's 12 degrees C here right now. Thank you. That makes me feel so much better. As I was driving home, I watched the temperature on the car read minus 25. And it was snowing. So, yeah. I would be wearing t-shirt and shorts at 12 degrees. And you mean right now? That's not even the high for the day. Rub it in, Godzilla. Rub it in. Let's watch them lift this thing up. Maybe you could bring your nuclear breath up here, Godzilla, and warm it up. Minus 14 here. Oi! That sucks, David. Stay warm, buddy. This is funny. This is a brand new vessel. And it's empty, of course. They didn't ship it, right? Brand new. But they put these... Look at this. They put the god-awful signage on the side. So that everyone driving down the road would be like, H2S storage? I don't know if you heard that. There's a train in the background. H2S storage in big god-awful letters like that. All we needed was the vessel number. We didn't need... They didn't need the... That signage looks like horrible Photoshop. Yeah. Yeah. I think I even look at the train there because it's coming. I think it's coming by. But that's the new vessel. It's going to be installed during shutdown. It's nice because the old vessel is old and it's falling apart. There it is. There's the train. You live 3 blocks from the iron ore train. There you go. So you probably hear that all the time. Train whistles all the time. But there we go. They picked it off the truck and trailer, and now they landed it. And it's going to sit there until we're ready to install it. So there you go. Brand new vessel. It's always nice to have new things. You grew up next to train tracks, you don't even hear them anymore. Yeah, that's kind of like people that live by an airport and stuff like that. They're like, what do you mean, jets? I should have had more pictures, but you guys will have to wait till next time. I don't have the ones that I took today, because today it was pump rebuilding. So, unbeknownst to me, last night, due to a pump failure, they had to shut down the whole facility. So the whole facility is shut down, and until I put this pump back in place, it's going to stay shut down. Well, we're also not going to start up in cold weather. We're going to wait till Thursday when it warms up. But yeah. You also have to be careful when buying stuff from the manufacturers, because when you have a pump that's really old, they are going to send you parts for a new pump, even if you tell them you have an old pump. So I had to take the shaft of the pump out to a machine shop and get them to machine it down so it could fit properly. Hey, Ars, how you doing? Good to see ya. Yeah, we're just talking about some of this stuff that's going on today. I had to stay a little bit late to put it all together, but the pump's all together, and I'm going to put it in tomorrow when it's not so hellish out. Because the way it is now, it is terrible. Trying to work outside, doing coupling alignment. Don't you love auto substitution on parts like that? You should just upgrade. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I have another story about that pump. They were supposed to buy a new one, but they sent us the wrong model. Here's a picture of it here. I'll just throw it up on the screen here. You guys might have seen this from before. There it is. Durco pump. We ordered one. Something wrong here, though. There's the bolts that are supposed to go in the back legs of the pump. There's the back leg of the pump. Something wrong here. They sent us the wrong model. I told them I need a pump that is a Mark II pump. Yes, wrong ANSI pump. Exactly, Godzilla. Look at, there's the coupling for the motor. There's the coupling for the pump. They should be way closer together. There's the outlet or the discharge. It doesn't even reach where it's supposed to. So I have to swap this one, send it back to them, and be like, hey, yeah, see there's the distance. I took these pictures to show the guys. I'm like, hey, you sent me the wrong pump. The distance between the motor and the pump. And showing them that, hey, your one leg at the back is supposed to be 2 legs at the back and fit here. Very angry with those guys. And the front foot. is supposed to go where this hole is, the threaded hole, but it doesn't reach. The Mark II and Mark III sizes didn't correlate. They sent you a pump from Group 1 versus Group 2. Yes, thank you, Godzillionaire. You understand exactly. I needed a Group 2, a Mark II Group 2, but they only have Mark IIIs now. But I needed a Mark III Group 2, but they sent me a Group 1. And it's like, frustrating. I wanted to change that out at shutdown, and I did. I tried, and this is the result. So now it's time to send this one back, and hey, give me a new one. So that's what I have to do. Just going to check and see what I got here for pictures. If you pull a chart, you can look at the ANSI designation and order that way. Okay. Yeah, I might just have to do that. I'll have to chat with my engineer about that because she's involved with it. So she was the one that had the money to buy the pump in the first place. So, and I believe, is this the one? Let me check here. Nope, that's not it. Just checking. Hey, James, how's it going, man? Did you have your appointment yet, James? Are you okay? What's going on? Let me see. I'm just checking to see what I got here. You had to change it? Okay. They pushed it back then? Pushed it back a bit? Do I remember what pump size that was? Oh, what is it now? 1.5 by 3? No. Damn, I can't remember off the top of my head, Godzilla. Yeah, Durco, Mark II, Group 2. No, I can't. Blood test says good things except high LDL cholesterol. Okay. Number 6 pump. I don't know if it's a 6 or not. Did I ever show you guys the trouble light that somebody stuck a drill through? They were very careless when they were trying to clean things out with a drill bit and a drill. And they put this in there to see if they could see light through it. And then they drilled, and then they drilled right through it. Is your favorite? Was a wild ass guess. That's all right, James. I don't mind you guessing there, lad. Oh, and I have video of that too. I have video of this. This is wild, you guys. It still works. Hey, Fabric, how you doing, man? You made it. And yeah, you saw that. Yeah, funny thing was it still worked. No transparent aluminum required. Nope. Hey, no transparent aluminum. Good to see you, Fabric. How's things in your neck of the woods? I was actually asked to send something to Riverton, of all places. Can you believe it? I don't know if you're anywhere near there. Yeah, the flashlight. Jeez, these guys. Once again, you just can't believe that these things happen. So you can like something up and look through the hole, like the doctor's. Yeah. You're so tired, your backside's beating your heels to death. Yeah. Dragging the old rump on the ground, I bet. You're a busy fella. Let's see what I can. Actually, Fabric, you didn't get to see what you didn't get to see the nut driver. Here, have a look at that. That was the nut driver I found. Somebody put on my desk and was like, hey, here. They went ahead and invented transparent aluminum, apparently. Oh, yeah. It's a real thing, James, for sure. I think we've looked at it here before, but we can have a look at that again as well. You know, I really did like the fact that they were that they made that stuff. Riverton's over by Wind River Res. Okay. Oh, Riverton. But yeah, check that out. They broke this. They broke the nut driver. Like the wall of it is like ripped open. Too much torque. They're probably trying to remove something and they just put it on the impact and just had it sit there for 10 minutes just especially if this is like a no-name brand too. That's not going to be the best steel. It's going to be just garbage, right? Made in China. See, they didn't even put a name on it, so you know it's garbage. So just a random nut driver just showed up. It's not even made of Chinese. That's what I mean. It probably is. They just cast it and it must be polished smooth to see through. Yes, James, exactly. But yeah, that's the nut driver that got destroyed. And here's the new vessel that they brought in. Fabric. They brought in a new vessel. And we got the movie here too. I'm gonna lift it up off the truck and trailer and set it down. Yeah, it has it's not, it doesn't say chrome vanadium, James. It just says 10 millimeter. That's all it says on it, just the size. Nothing about what it's made out of. So it's probably pot metal or something. Low grade steel. As you can see, if you look carefully, I don't know if you guys can see it well on your screens or not, but there is snow. It is snowing. Very small flakes. Made from recycled aluminum cans. Yeah, that's for sure. And the microphone can pick up a lot of the wind. The metric 3/8. Yes, 10 mil is equivalent to 3/8. Pretty close. Not melted, just pressed. Yeah. They just hope that the pressure from the press will keep it together. 10 mil is close enough to 3/8 unless you're using a cheap bit and an impact. Yes, Godzilla, exactly. You can get away with it if you're, using some high quality stuff and you're not being crazy tight with it. Cheap viewers, eh? Excessive saucepan. Okay. Nice to see you guys finally got snow. We've had snow since September. Or whenever it started. The truck's been doing more skating than Wayne Gretzky. Oh, it's terrible out there. Wow. Like winter driving conditions for sure. But yeah, let's check out some... Seeing as how James brought it up, let's check out some transparent aluminum. Courtesy of Scotty. Hi, Captain. I know the formula for transparent aluminum. What do we got here? Let's mute it just so I don't get a copyright or something, a claim on this. It was from Star Trek, but now it's real. See?
In the movie Star Trek IV, The Voyage Home, Captain Kirk and his team go back in time to acquire 2 whales from the past and transport them back to the future. Scotty needed some materials.
And look at him, he's typing on a Mac. I think it's a Macintosh Plus. That's how you know what year it was. 1984. Top of the line technology, Macintosh. Star Trek and Scotty made a whole generation of young kids want to be in it. He sure did. Oh, you've seen... Jeez. Right, my bad. My bad. There we go. Keep forgetting. You turned the display on and off and all that stuff. Anyways.
Transparent aluminum was once pure science fiction, a technical term used in a Star Trek movie from the 80s.
Yeah. There they are. There he is typing on a Mac. Look at that. Make it a little bigger for you guys. There we go. That's better.
Materials to make a holding tank for whales on the ship, but had no
Captain,
money to
there'll
pay
be
for
whales
materials.
here.
So Scotty uses his...
That's what you're here for, the quality control. I appreciate that, Fabric. I appreciate you, and I appreciate your profile pic. That is great profile pic.
knowledge of 23rd century technology and the manufacturer's computer, and he programs in how to make the
Okay, come on, show us here how to do it. Okay.
in the form of white powder. The powder then gets packed into
Yeah,
a
that
mold
computer's probably in a
the
box
shape of
somewhere.
the desired part. The mold is then subjected to extreme pressure and then heated to 2000 degrees for several days.
Okay, so it's lots of pressure and lots of heat for several days, apparently.
The surface of the final part comes out cloudy and has to be mechanically polished
There
to
it
make
is.
it optically clear. It starts
Polishing
to sound
machine.
less impressive and less sciencey fiction when you hear how it's made.
Okay, so there's glass on the left and Alon. So that's what they're calling it. Alon.
But the end result is still very impressive, as transparent aluminum, which is also known as Alon, can be turned into
Guy has a
highly
50 cal
damage-resistant glass
bullet.
and can be used to make highly bullet-resistant armor for military vehicles.
So science fiction becomes science fact once again. You bet it does. Just check this out. They're going to try. They're going to show you a comparison of Alon armor and glass laminate. This is going to be wild.
Transparent aluminum armor is made of 3 layers, just like bullet-resistant glass. 2 panes of glass and a middle pane of polycarbonate.
50 cal.
The main difference is a 50 caliber bullet can penetrate 6 inches of traditional bullet resistance.
The bullet went through 6 inches of traditional bulletproof glass. Or glass laminate. Hey, Infinite Metal, how you doing? This is transparent aluminum. You call it duhanium? Nice. A tribute to James Doohan. Why not? You would have named it Diunium?
Glass,
but have a look there. The bullet went through all that glass, but it did not go through the it did not go through the transparent aluminum.
Alon is being considered.
You remember hearing about the existing now, but that's all about, I heard. Oh, okay. Well, we're looking at it right now. Yeah, they make it out of a powder that's heated and then crushed, like it's pressure compressed, heated for several days, and then they polish it so you can see through it. And this is just
as
wild.
A replacement for windows on the International Space Station.
Just talking about using it for windows on the space station.
As the laminate scratches easily, which ruins the clarity of the viewports in Windows. But Alon does not need to be laminated, and it does not chip easily like glass. Transparent aluminum armor is light years ahead of glass, but it is currently very expensive to make. The bullet-resistant glass currently in use costs around $3 per square inch to produce, compared to the $10 to $15 price tag for the same size piece of transparent aluminum.
So Allen does not block infrared wavelength. Okay, so glass does, but this doesn't. The only thing is cost. That's what they're saying is it's, I don't know about extra insulating Infinite, but I do know that it's expensive, but you can use less of it and it'll be just as strong. With this bullet test, they used 6 inches. Oh, hang on. Glass laminate, 3.7 inches thick. Okay, so almost 4 inches thick of glass laminate for a 50 cal against 1.6 inches thick of transparent aluminum. And the 50 cal goes through the glass, the 4 inches thick of it, but it did not go through the aluminum, which is just wild. It's going to be in our first Starship. You know it. Figured it would be expensive. Aluminum in general is pretty expensive for the weight of it. Yeah, exactly. But it's just standard glass, and it says here they're showing you that glass blocks infrared wavelength, but the aluminum does not. They should have compared it to a sheet of aluminum, that normal aluminum that thick. Yeah, they should have done that test as well. But don't they make a fleet of invisible planes? Yeah. Well, at least Wonder Woman has something to fly around in then, eh? Oh, it's a submarine. Does it block UV? Glass usually does block UV. Yeah, I don't know.
It will filter down to the average consumer in the form of camera lenses, eyeglasses, or the more important.
Oh man, making eyeglasses out of it. That'd be awesome. Or screens. Look at that. If they made a transparent aluminum out of your phone screen, but I don't know if it's touch sensitive though. Would they be able to do that? Does that sub work off a Logitech controller? Ooh. Does it identify as a sub?
Need to wait a little longer for those days. Anyway, that's the end of
this was put up. This video was put up 6 years ago, so they've bound to have made some strides by now.
And we'll see you next time.
But I'm sure that maybe the military has snapped that up. Seems to me that it would be lightweight and strong, and exactly what you need to stop, 50 cal bullets. Yeah, that's crazy. If it doesn't block infrared, you wonder if they could use IR interrupt sensors instead of touch sensors for the same effect. Yeah. Well, this one's from 2 years ago, this video. I wonder if 4 years ago, 9 years ago, 2 months ago. Okay. What kind of 50 cal they use? They're not all equal. Okay, yeah, I'm not well versed in ammunition and stuff like that, so I don't know.
Transparent aluminum stronger than glass. All right, get ready because transparent aluminum is straight out of science fiction. Imagine something that looks just like glass but is way stronger, more resilient, and can even withstand bullets.
This was from 2 months ago.
Transparent aluminum, also known as aluminum oxynitride or ALON. It's a material made from aluminum, oxygen, and nitrogen, and it's actually clear like glass. But here's the kicker, it's nearly as strong as steel. So how does it work? Well, ALON is created by processing it under extreme heat and pressure to give it a crystalline structure that's not only tough, but also super resistant to scratches and impacts. Think of it like the armor of the future, only see-through. Right now, it's being tested for military applications. Like
of course it is.
Windows, protective shields, and even cockpit canopies for jets. Imagine having a window that's as clear as glass, but can take on serious hits without cracking. That's the magic of transparent aluminum.
I mean, do you do that? Do you put that in? Do you put that in cars? Do you make it so that you're, you know how people get ejected out of their cars through the windshield? I mean, do you do that so that they don't? I'm not sure. Imagine wearing a night suit out of this armor made of this stuff. It'd be hilarious. Yeah, it would. You could likely do the same with carbon and get something even stronger. I mean, they're probably working on something like that. I haven't heard anything, but we always want to see what's coming out of all their science.
Imagine having phone screens made from transparent aluminum. Drop your phone, no problem.
You got to be harder to make than glass too, so probably can't just set up a random transparent glass shop in every town. Yeah. Well, the guy said 2,000 degrees, but he didn't specify whether it was 2,000 degrees Fahrenheit or 2,000 Celsius. Maybe Celsius, because that's a little hotter. And how much pressure would you need? You have to get the hold of the powder, and then you have to do all that heat and pressure. So, excuse me, there's not a lot of places that can do that. So instead of being ejected from the car, the human would just water balloon into the windshield. Yeah, that's why I said maybe that's not a good idea. You know, it's nice that your windshield doesn't crack or anything like that, but then always wear your seatbelt because, yeah, you don't want to go through or get dumped into the windshield. It does make a pretty big difference. You're right, Infinite. Yeah, and at what pressure? They didn't really tell us what pressure it would be. Yeah, you can't imagine 2,000 Fahrenheit being hot enough. Yeah, it was probably Celsius. But yeah, how much pressure do we need to like fuse this powder together?
With ALON, you'd have a screen that's practically indestructible. This material could also replace glass in car windows, giving us vehicles with windows that are both lightweight and incredibly safe. And even in...
Yeah, see, they even said about cars there. And it's like, okay, you didn't think about people getting pitched into the windshield, though.
In architecture, transparent aluminum could allow for skyscrapers with windows that can withstand extreme weather, all while being lighter than traditional materials. And it's not just about toughness. ALON is resistant to both extreme temperatures and chemical corrosion, which makes it perfect for space exploration.
Okay, resistant to chemical corrosion. I didn't know that. I've never heard that before, but yeah, extreme temperatures makes sense. If they're going to use it in space, that's the place to use it. That was a nice building, Aris. You betcha.
Future spacecraft with transparent shields that can survive the harsh conditions of outer space while giving astronauts a clear view of the cosmos. Transparent aluminum is still expensive to produce, so we won't see it everywhere just yet.
Okay,
but
it's still expensive.
Closer, and as the tech advances, it could become a game changer for so many industries. This glass of the future could transform everything from smartphones to skyscrapers, giving us strength, durability, and clarity. All
I don't think they'll use it in smartphones, though. There's the phone companies wouldn't like that. You think Apple or Samsung are going to be like, yeah, we'll use that so that no one ever, has to come and buy another phone from us? It's the glass armor from Skyrim. Yes! So when the powder starts to melt, you get Alon Flux. Oh! Can't believe you went there, Fabric. If smells, would that be Elon Musk? Oh, no. Here comes the puns, you guys. I am quite impressed, really. I think it's great. It's not going to come down anytime soon, it seems, in price, but it'll just take time. Pretty soon this will be the replacement of glass. Maybe glass will be, something quaint that people look fondly back on. I remember when stuff was made out of glass. When everything is going to be transparent aluminum. Apple will be fine. Their whole model is selling to people who are easily convinced to be part of their money. Okay, yeah. There you go, Infinite. Would making batteries out of duhanium solve the hydrogen battery problem? I don't know. We don't usually have a problem because Ballard fuel cells exist. Ah, yes, that's a good point, David. Yes. Oh, I see what you're saying now, Fabric. Yeah, if you use the transparent aluminum as a container to try to contain the hydrogen, and like David points out, hydrogen makes things brittle because it worms its way into the container material. So I think they would have to try that out. That would be a good experiment for them to try. It's like, okay, does transparent aluminum, can it survive the embrittlement by hydrogen? And if that's the case, there's another use for it. For holding on to, either hydrogen cells or whatever it has to be. Make hydrogen tanks out of transparent aluminum. Like, what a good idea. This could be something if anybody's looking into that right now. You flatly refuse to call it Elon. Yep. You could use the same process with carbon and call it Spocium. That'd be great. Does Elon make Elon? Oh, no. He should buy the trademark, though. Be like, hey, you want to buy my aluminum? It's called Elon. I like looking at this stuff that's coming down the pipe. Stuff like transparent aluminum. It's great, and I'm glad it's come to pass because you need these leaps, in technology to advance things, make things better, hopefully not as toxic, Duhanium would revolutionize my industry. Yeah, it might. How much is actually using it? Yeah, I mean, military, obviously, they're going to do that. Here's one from a month ago. They're talking about transparent aluminum facts, science, and applications.
From science fiction enthusiasts to
yeah, you've been waiting on all the graphene applications for a decade or more. The thing is, from what I understand,
making it ideal for optical applications. Its transparency combined with high strength makes it an excellent alternative.
Things okay, you guys?
Traditional materials like glass and sapphire. Next, it is 3 to 4 times harder than glass and can withstand significant impacts.
Okay, Aris, we'll see you around. Thanks for coming out. Appreciate it.
Scratches, abrasions, and chemical attacks, offering enhanced durability, Then comes the density, with a density of approximately 3.7 grams per cubic centimeter. Alone is lighter than traditional transparent materials
Okay,
like
good.
glass and
Yeah,
sapphire,
OBS. Stupid
making it
OBS.
advantageous in applications where weight reduction is critical. Moving on to thermal stability. It has a high melting point and excellent thermal
All right.
shock resistance, allowing it to perform in extreme temperature.
I don't know what you guys
conditions,
missed, but it's
unlike
like
glass, which can shatter under
you've
rapid
been waiting on
temperature changes.
graphene. Graphene's a dream.
Finally, ballistic resistance. Ilon is highly resistant
They hopped on
to
me,
high
yeah.
velocity impacts such as
Got a bail.
bullets,
Okay, thanks for coming out,
making
Dave.
it an
Appreciate it.
excellent candidate
You have
for
yourself a good
military
day. Stay warm.
defense applications. Traditional glass laminates require much
Sound
thicker
his picture
layers
is 5x5.
achieve
Good
similar
to know,
protection.
Fabric.
Let us look at its production process. Aluminium, oxygen, and nitrogen are combined into a powdered form.
Yeah,
Then,
this is from
the powder is subjected
month
to
ago.
extremely high temperatures, approximately 2000 degrees Celsius, and pressure. This
They don't
process
tell you what pressure.
allows
2000
the
degrees
particles to
Celsius,
bond
though.
without melting, resulting in a dense, uniform ceramic. Then, once cooled, the material is polished to enhance its transparency and optical clarity. The production process is complex and time-consuming, which contributes to the high cost of Ilon. For context, Ilon can cost hundreds of times more than glass, with prices varying based on size and application. For example, while a bulletproof glass panel might cost a few $100s, an equivalent Alon panel could cost several thousand. If you're new to the channel, please check out my videos and consider subscribing for more content like this. Thank you for your support. Ilon finds its applications in various fields due to its remarkable properties. Ilon is used for bulletproof windows and shields thanks to its high strength and impact resistance. It's also used in optical domes and sensors in military-grade equipment, providing durability and clarity for devices exposed to harsh conditions.
It's cost
It has already
prohibitive
been
right now. You
implemented
got her, Fabric.
in
That's the
military
only
vehicles
thing.
and aircraft for protective windows. Ilon's lightweight and resistance to extreme temperatures make it ideal for aircraft and spacecraft windows. It's also
I
used in
put it on
satellite
planes for sure,
for its
like
ability to transmit a wide spectrum
or
of light.
jets. The commercial
Ilon's hardness
airliners, they should use
and
those for
optical
sure.
clarity make it a potential material
Doge
for
will never
high-end
spring for it.
smartphone and tablet screens. Its durability and scratch resistance are particularly appealing for smartwatches and other portable devices. The scratch resistance of Ilon makes it a premium option for luxury watch covers. It's also used in high-performance lenses for cameras, microscopes,
Oh, it'd be
and
good in
telescopes,
cameras. Yeah, that's great.
requiring robust optical
Get
components.
the so you don't scratch
Ilon
lenses anymore.
is employed in lasers and spectroscopic systems due to its optical transparency across UV, visible, and IR wavelengths. The widespread adoption of Alon is limited by its high production cost,
Wouldn't help
which can be
commercial
hundreds
airliners
of
much.
times that of
They
glass,
would be way too
and
expensive.
the challenges of manufacturing it in
I was
large
just thinking of
sizes
when birds
without
run into the
compromising clarity
cockpit or whatever,
and uniformity.
run into the windows.
The fabrication process requires specialized facilities, making scaling up production complex. Although materials like sapphire and polycarbonate are cheaper alternatives, they do not match Alon's unique combination of strength, clarity, and thermal resistance. These factors collectively restrict its use to niche, high-performance applications. Efforts are ongoing to
Oh,
reduce the cost
if there's a
and
big
improve the scalability.
big
of
factory
Ilon
and stuff like
production.
that could produce this
Researchers
stuff, you
are
can get the
exploring
price
3D
down.
printing
I
techniques
guess that's the way you got to
to
do it.
produce Ilon with less waste and lower costs. Similarly, they are exploring that if combining Ilon with other materials to retain its properties while reducing overall expenses. They are also in the process of streamlining the sintering and polishing stages to minimize energy consumption. Thank you for watching this video.
Huh.
I'll catch up with you in another.
That's not bad. Yeah, there you go. That's the only windows of bird strike effects is the cockpit. Yeah, that's what I was thinking of. The engines are a bigger concern for birds. Oh, okay. Yeah, I guess when they fly in there and gum up the works and it's not spinning anymore, they're in trouble. But that was really interesting. I like learning about that stuff, you know. Using something for, you know, good technology to help things out. And it'll eventually come down. Just like all things. It's usually the military that uses it first, and then it goes into, you know, then the rich people get it, and then it comes down even further and further, and then it becomes commonplace. Well, all right, guys, that was pretty good. If you guys could do me a favor, hey, hit that like button. You know, subscribe if you haven't already. All that kind of good stuff. Spread the word. Tell your friends. Let them know old Pop's here. Remember how expensive flat screens used to be? Yes. Yes. In fact, when I was a younger fella, I remember seeing the very first HD televisions. It took two of us to move it in and set up. I was at this event for Panasonic, and we were hired to help offload the trucks and bring in the HD TVs to set them up at the showing they were going to have. So yeah, really expensive, and they were only 720p, but still, it was the first HD TV I had ever seen. There's other good channels out there too, people I personally watch and enjoy, like Pacific 414 and DJ Ronnie G, Brandon the Anime Guy. There's Carl at the RNG Podcast. There's Tomby, the bloke from the UK, Angry Canadian, Nerdtorial Lifeform. There's everyone's favorite penguin, Punkwaddle, and Infinite Metal. You can find him on Twitch and Kick. He streams retro games, and he has a Dragon Lord sidekick who relentlessly mocks and ridicules him. His name is Skelly, and it is very entertaining to watch. I always get a kick out of it. And Infinite, don't take it personally. When I'm mocking you, it's all in good fun. It's all to have a good time and see like Skelly reaction and all that. Oh, you're welcome, Fabric. It's my pleasure. You get them back from time to time. Yeah. I hear that. So coming up, Saturday is going to be retro gaming, more Yu-Gi-Oh, more card games. I need to like find the right person to defeat and advance the story along. I've got to go to the next tournament and see who I can take down. So a new tournament starting. I've got to go there. I've got to defeat all the competitors. Sunday Anime Chat Day. The theme of the month is time travel. If you like time travel, if you like anime, come on out on Sunday. We're going to go over some time travel anime. Maybe you'll see some shows that you have never heard of before, and maybe you'll be interested in watching them. Or perhaps you've got some suggestions for me for a time travel anime that I have not seen, because I'm always open to suggestions. So it's a good time for anime on Sunday. And then we circle back again to Tuesday. More trades talk, more pictures, more videos, more of your favorite industrial stream. I'm going to start saying that because I'm hoping it is your favorite industrial stream. If there's other ones, please let me know. I'd like to know if there's other industrial streams out there. All right, everyone. I had fun tonight. I hope you did as well. And I hope to see you guys soon on the weekend. But until then, I've been Pop, and I am signing off.